Hello, lovelies. Come on in. It's Thirsty Thursday. Let's get busy. Who is in the house with me today? Show up. Let's see. I am looking for my girls. I do not want to see this on a bigger screen. Oh my goodness. Okay, here they come. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, Corliss and Susan. Come on in. Good to see everyone. Hello, Angela. I need some sunshine too. Jenny's in the house. You just had holy guacamole. It was amazing. Had you dancing. That's what I'm talking about right there. Hi, Joanne. And Carla and Lucy's here. Lucy, look behind me. What do you see on the shelf? Checking in. Hello, Denise. And Joanne again. We have another Joanne. Susan says it's raining in Northern Virginia. Well, we gave you our rain from yesterday. Hi, Brenda. Carly, hello. Good to see everyone. Yeah. Happy Thursday, lovelies. Hi, Trisha. I love watching people come in. Do you guys all see that very pretty picture up there on where all my supplements are? It's really not showing how beautiful it is, but Lucy made that for me. That is a stained glass window. It's absolutely beautiful. Hi, Susan, Eileen, Amy, Sarah. I'm just seeing everybody come in. Anyway, she made that for me. Isn't that gorgeous? It is up close. It is so beautiful. The colors are just sparkly and lovely. Really needs to be hanging by a window so you can really see it. But I wanted to put it up there because I wanted everybody to see it. And I just love it. Thank you so much, Lucy. What a beautiful, beautiful present. I love things like that. It makes my heart sing. She made that, you guys. She made that. It's pouring rain in New York. We let you all go. We gave all of our rain to you. I am just so glad. Yesterday, it was so bad here. It was so bad. That's why I didn't do a cooking video yesterday. There was absolutely no way I was going to get that done. No way. Our internet was up and down, in and out. You know how it is. Anyway, well, today is Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. We're going to talk about mistakes because, golly, don't we just make them? I'm the queen of mistakes. And I want to talk a little bit about how it is that we get there and what we do about them and how we deal with them. And when we're repeat offenders, which I am, I don't know about you. Are you a repeat offender? If you're a repeat offender, good chance that you might need to be hearing this. Because you know what? Mistakes are part of our human experience. But sometimes the repeated mistakes that we do, the ones that make us say, not again, are the very things that we need to confront. And I'll tell you what, that's on my list, man. That is on my list. Because our quote of the week is from George Adair, and that is, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear, which is the honest to God truth, is it not? Everything we've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. What holds you back so often? A lot of times it's fear. Fear holds us back. It holds us back from trying something new. It holds us back from going forward, even though it's unknown territory. It's the unknown that holds us back. That's what it is. Fear, not so much. What we turn into fear, yeah, that. Now, hey, listen, let me just say, if you're fearful of jumping out of planes or bungee jumping, good fear to have. What's the point of that? You know, what is the point of that? A couple of things. We are doing, God willing, our Full Bloom Affair. It's an event that we do right here in Brevard. And it was scheduled for April 18th. It ended up being a virtual event, but I wonder why, right? I don't have to explain why, but September 26th, we are rescheduling. That is, if the recommendations are in place. Always have to be. The recommendations have to be in place. We are tentatively holding on to that date, and I'm telling everybody to get their hotel, the Sunset Motel here in Brevard. Darling little retro, redone, cute little place, and cheap. Great place to go get a hotel. Call them. Don't do it online. Call them. Because, sometimes online, they had absolutely no reservations, and somebody just put in one of our groups that it's already sold out, and I have a hard time believing that. So give them a call. Give them a call. Give them a little ringy dingy. That helps. All right. September 26th. So mark your calendars. I'm keeping that out here for you to know about. Tomorrow is Q&A. If you have a question, all you have to do is send the question to me. That's it. It's that simple. Nutrition, cooking, whatever kind of question that you have. Send it in to support@savingdinner.com, and in the subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, it will get answered. Okay? It will get answered on the Friday show, which is right now, tomorrow, the same time. So make sure you send those in. Also, if you're looking for popsicle recipes, I understand that it's warm in some places of the country. I still have warm stuff on. Here it is, the last day of April. Who knew? It's still chilly. It's in the 50s right now. Maybe it's up to 60, who knows? But popsicles are just super homemade popsicles are super popular right now. We've got 8 different recipes, show you how to do it well, give you a whole idea on what to do. Just go to savingdinner.com/popsicle, and there you go. You'll get all that information. I am cooking at 4 p.m. today. I will be cooking. There is no storm coming. I will be cooking. So 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, be here, and then I'll be downstairs though in the kitchen cooking something. Probably some wonderful skilletness, because skillets are always wonderful. If you buy $200 worth of supplements, easy to do if you're stocking up like you should be, because supply chain stuff is becoming quite a deal. I will send you this lovely little mindful mug, and the mindful mug teaches you to be mindful about eating, especially if you've got food addiction issues like I do and what have you. You need to be mindful about chewing your food thoroughly, not eating too much, thinking about what you're eating, having a little heart full of gratitude, all of that stuff. When we're mindful, things change, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, because we're going to talk about mistakes. I'm the queen. Also, ships free. Oh, here it is, right here. Look it. Ships free. And I know everything's backwards. Sorry, guys. The Proactive Probiotic ships free. Ships free. If you put that in your cart, it will ship free. And if you put our Body Clutter Wise Women supplements in your cart, we've got a B complex with methylated B12 and folate. Really important. That means everyone can take them and everyone will get the benefit. Because the thing is, there's half the population has this mutated gene, the MTHFR gene. Half the population, 50% of the population has this mutated gene. If you do, you don't methylate, meaning that you can't assimilate these B vitamins, and they don't affect your DNA, and they don't affect your pregnancy. I found this out the hard way. I found it out, first clue was when my daughter had a car accident when she was a sophomore in college, and they found up and down, she had a whiplash, and up and down her spine, they found holes in her spine. And they said she was this close to spina bifida. And I'm thinking, what happened here? I took my pregnancy vitamins. What is the deal? Later on, when I did I did a genetics test, and I found out I had this mutated gene. That mutated gene means you do not methylate those vitamins. I cannot tell you how important that is. B complex is absolutely critical for your stress reduction and bodily function. It's just it's a basic. So I'm just telling you about that. Also, we have vitamin D. Vitamin D has been shown. The new study just came out in the British Medical Journal. Just came out showing that those who were affected so hard by COVID and in the hospital and having a severe outcome, whatever, had low vitamin D. And this has 4,000 international units in it. You're going to see it in micrograms. I think it's 40 micrograms that shows up, or 100 micrograms, but that's 4,000 international units. It's good stuff. Also, our CalMag, a 1-to-1 ratio. Massively important. You know why a 1-to-1 ratio is important? Because we take too much calcium, and they're showing that. It shows up. It shows up. It's toxic to have that much, and it shows up in kidney stones. You don't need it. What you need is the magnesium. The magnesium and the calcium together. That's the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. If you go to savingdinner.com/wise, you can read all about this stuff. And then the last one we have is a CoQ10. That's a great for heart people. It's good for your heart. If you have blood thinners, though, you need to talk to your doctor about it. And you can get a 10% discount if you order all 4. And let me just say this. They are flying out the door. I no longer will have the Get Lean probiotic. I will be carrying the Proactive probiotic. So we still have that. We're changing things up. You know, we have a new supplier. We have, and one of the things with the supplier is that they don't do the nitrogen flushed packaging. So the nitrogen flush packaging is really important for SAMe and probiotics. So we're still going with the old supplier for that because I will not compromise on that because I want you guys to get something out of it, you know? And if you don't have nitrogen flush packaging in the, like this, I'll show you, in these little pillow packs like this, you have to have your SAMe like this. You have to have your probiotic like this, or else it needs to be refrigerated, which I don't trust anyway, because the refrigeration, who's to say it's not sitting on some dock somewhere, right? I don't trust that. I trust nitrogen flush packaging though, because it keeps it fresh and it doesn't degrade. That's why you pay extra for that stuff, you guys. But I mean, why buy stuff? Why take supplements if they're not going to do anything, right? That's what I say.
That was easy.
There you go. That was easy. I found this button and I said, I need that on my desk. Yes, I do, by Joe. Also, Dinner Answers. You who are supporting us in Dinner Answers, thank you. If you want to support us and be a supporter of Saving Dinner, we will support you in return by sending you recipes, menus, and shopping lists every single Tuesday without fail, every single week. Without fail. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas, it doesn't matter. We send it to you. That's all you have to know. And it gives you the customized shopping list that you can take to the bank. Actually, it's a grocery store. That's where you want to take it. And let me just tell you something else about that. We started this. We are the genuine, the first, the amazing. We know what you want, and we know that you eat real food. That's all you have to do. However it is, whatever style you choose, and that's not up to me. We are agnostic when it comes to how you eat. We just want to support it. So go to savingdinner.com and click on that link, and you can get started right now for $7 a month. That's cheap. That's pandemic pricing, and it will be grandfathered in. You will never pay more. You support us, we support you right back. That's how that works. Also, we're starting the sprint on Monday. Who needs the sprint? Holy cow. I had somebody who emailed me and said, it's the quarantine 15. They've gained 15 pounds since this whole thing started. You know, the typical thing. I think I'll bake some bread. Marla and I had this discussion like, what are we thinking about baking bread? What does baking bread mean? Baking bread means that, hey, here come the carbohydrates, right? So yeah, we got to take a look at that. And we also have to take a look at how we are feeling. And I don't know about you, but I am just not feeling in tip-top shape. All of us have had this place of just feeling this extra stuff, right? Extra, I can't quite process this, extra, I don't know how I feel about this, and we stress eat. Or we fall back into old habits, or we're looking for comfort in all the wrong places. We do it, but you know, the thing is, I don't want anybody beating themselves up. But at the same token, I want to take you on a 7-day journey that could change everything. Ditch the inflammation, get rid of a few inches around your waist, make you feel good, give you some energy, make your brain fog go away. I don't know about you. I need this right now. And we're going to go at it full board starting Monday. So if you want to join us, just go to savingdinner.com. You'll see the Sprint banner. Click on it, download it, print it out. You've got recipes. You've got all the information in there. Everything is explained, and it's 100% free. And I'm going to tell you right now, this program works. Thousands of people gone through this program. Thousands. They've lost weight, they've lost inflammation, and they feel good. It is an amazing program. You're going to understand it once you go down there and download it. All right. So don't forget, put the Proactive Probiotic in your cart, and your whole order ships free. The whole thing. You can put all of our body clutter supplements in there. You can do that. You can add anything that you want. You can have a box as big as a Buick. And you can, if you live in the United States, we'll send the whole thing free. The whole shipping cost is on us. So I'm just saying that. Ships free is your code. You put it right in the promo window. So, anybody make a mistake ever? Ever? You want hands up? Anyone? How about repeated on a cycle? You do it over and you do it over and you do it over again. Mistakes, 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 mistakes. We have mistakes all the time, just simply because we're human beings. We make mistakes. Mistakes just happen. Oops, I dropped it. Or, gee, I should have turned left instead of turning right. I mean, things happen, right? Things happen all the time. But this stuff of perpetual mistakes has a lot to do with ignoring your instinct on what it is to do that's the right thing, and instead defaulting to easy. I'm holding my hand up for that because I am the queen. As a matter of fact, not only am I the queen, I've got a crown to prove it, right? I've got a crown. I am the queen of mistakes. I make them continually, all the ding-dang-dong time, all the time. And the same thing, and I do the same thing, and I say, why am I doing this? Why am I doing these kind of things? And you know what happens? You know what we do instinctively? Because we have this perfectionist attitude, and we have this idea that it's an all or nothing. I know I'm not the only one on this, but we say, I'll never fill in the blank again. We make these vows. These ridiculous vows. And then what happens the next day? We're right back at it again, aren't we? Have you ever done that? I think the thing that we have to look at is that we're probably going to make that same mistake. And saying, I'm never going to make that mistake again and vow that it's never going to happen again is setting yourself up for more disappointment down the road and more failure, This is the piling on part of mistake making. Now, dismiss it? Maybe not, but vow and make these huge, overwhelming promises to yourself and promises to the world like, this is never happening again because I will never do this again, when in fact, this has been a pattern that you've had. This is the whole thing about mistakes. Sometimes mistakes are more than just mistakes. They're patterns. And we do it on repeat. Shampoo, rinse, repeat. Shampoo, rinse, repeat. And I know about this, and I'm calling it out because I do it all the time. I do. I'm fine. I'm going to do this. I've got this. But it's not that easy to not do it again. And I believe in order to stop making these same mistakes, we have to stop making these vows. And in order to do something different, we have to start looking at it from the perspective of what can we do to not make these same mistakes. And this is where your environment is so important. This is where a strategy is so important. So let's take, for example, I'll never eat that again, or I'll never bake bread again, or I'll never, fill in the blank again. And food's a really good example because, hey, that's what we do. We bring families back to the dinner table. And the other thing is, for a lot of us who struggle with food addiction, who have struggled with our weight, who've been on the carousel of crazy, amen? For those of us who are in that place, we know what doesn't work. And making those vows over and over again simply doesn't work. But when we start a new habit, We start doing something different and we piggyback it on a habit that's already well established and already working for us. That's when we'll start to have some success. 100% success all the way? No. No. But I'll tell you this, you will have more success with setting your environment up and having a strategy and being mindful about it than if you just beat yourself up for every time you make those vows and say, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do that again, you know? Because what happens is we get so tired of the constant dings on our own integrity. And then we finally just say, screw it, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to let my weight go, or I'm just going to, do this instead. And I'm done being a slave to the scale. I'm done doing all of this stuff, whatever happens. And then that sets us up for feeling worse, for feeling bad, for really beating ourselves up, or just having this tough exterior and inside we're just melting away and we're harming ourselves and we're scared. And you can't be an ostrich and you can't stick your head in the sand and you can't just hope that you're not going to get, COVID-19, you're not going to get any chronic disease, you're not going to get anything, If we are continually damaging ourselves and continually hurting ourselves with our choices, we have to stop for a minute. And instead of doing the whole vowing thing, I'm never going to do that again, we have to instead say, look, I made a mistake. But what my biggest mistake is not doing that. It's not setting myself up for success. What happens when we make these mistakes so often is that it's autopilot. It's old habits. It's old habits. So if we can go back to a place and recognize and see that this habit is based on feeling bad, and I have no outlet. This habit is based on the time of day where I'm feeling tired and dropsy and this, that, and the other thing. It's 2:00 and, I want to eat something. When you just haven't gotten into the habit of drinking enough water so that you get rid of that urge to snack. True story. 2:00 in the afternoon, 3:00 in the afternoon, I will tell you I want to go downstairs, shake those cupboards and find some fun snack to fall out of them. But when I started taking my hydration extraordinarily seriously, I was in a work mode. I was doing other things. I wasn't interested in that. I wasn't going to fall off the snack cliff, which, is ridiculous. Who needs a snack? Nobody needs a snack. We have plenty of food. We don't need snacks. We're not baby cows grazing in the pasture. We don't need that. What we need is relief from whatever it is that's troubling us. And we all have something like that. We need an accountability partner or a body clutter buddy. I've said that a bazillion times. That makes a difference. We need to make sure that we're hydrated. That makes a huge difference. We need to make sure that our meals are satisfying when we have them and that we have adequate protein. We've got vegetables in there to feed our cells and give our mitochondria the energy that it needs, and that there's enough fat on there that our hormones are firing. We do all of that and we're golden. We're going to feel good. And if we have waists that are over 35 inches, we need to understand that carbohydrates are not our friends. Because I'll tell you, excess carbohydrates show up around our waist. And when we have excess fat around our waist, we have inflammation. It's that simple. So these things are just real easy little telltale signs of what's going on. So what do? Instead, we do a pro-con list. What do we do instead? What is it that we're doing? Where are these continual mistakes being made? We write them all out, and not in a condemning kind of way, but just in a fact-finding way. So we can figure out what the heck is going on here. And then we make our strategy. We piggyback our habits. We look at ways to communicate with people that have our backs, that can help us out. And it works. And it works. Not 100% all the time. Not 100% on target. Not 100% so that every time you do something that you make this mistake, that you're just, you're going to just easily not make it again. No. It's like a cha-cha. We've talked about that before too. When you make progress, it's 2 steps forward and then a couple of steps back too. It takes a minute. We have to rewire our brains. You know, that which is wired gets fired. So if you keep working on it, it's going to come out on the other side to your advantage. That's the cool part. That's the cool part. So if you develop a strategy, you're going to have the time, you're going to figure it out. And if you put the time in to do exactly what I just said, it's no longer going to just be, you know, oh, whoops, here we go again. You know, the old Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. That's no good. And nobody wants to be singing that song in their head. And you're welcome. I just put it in there, didn't I? But that's the whole thing about this. It just helps. It just helps. It helps you to understand what you're doing. And then understanding that when you go ahead and do this and putting the flag in place, that when you're doing it, you say, oops, I am doing it again. And no, I don't want that. If you don't want it, then what are your other options? You know, what are your other options? You want your flag system to go off. And when you are in the prefrontal cortex, your flag system's going off. When you're on automatic pilot, you're just doing it. And before you know it, you're thinking, oops, I did it again. And let me just tell you this is so interesting. In the sprint group, we had a woman, I remember one time, who said that it was, you know, this is pre-COVID-19, of course, but at her workplace, people would bring in donuts. Her habit was to eat the donuts. And she said, before I knew it, I woke up to the fact that there were 2, that I was eating my second donut. She said, I couldn't believe it, because that's automatic pilot. That's how automatic pilot does. It blinds us to what's going on. The reality of our situation can be taken out of automatic pilot and put into, okay, this is an issue. This is what I've done, and this is what I don't want to do. This is my strategy for it. This is how I'm going to piggyback those habits. And this is how I'm going to stop making those mistakes on repeat. It's a simple thing. It's a really simple thing, but you just can't go through and say, oh, I'm never going to do that again, because that's what we do. And that's how we keep dinging our integrity, and it keeps taking us down the wrong path and makes us feel horrible about ourselves. But instead, unplug from the emotion, because you need to get into solution mode. You need to get into problem-solving agenda. Piece of paper, a pencil, a pro-con list, all of your ideas, all the people involved, and go for it. That's what makes the difference. And if you're joining us on the sprint next week and you use these tactics and you are on your hydration game, I promise you, this stuff will all go by the wayside. It will. And you will feel like a new woman. And I don't know about you, but I need to feel like a new woman right now. I need that badly. We're sprinting on Monday. Join us. Go to SavingDinner.com and grab your sprint. And don't forget, if you're ordering supplements, put Proactive Probiotic in your cart. You get free shipping. Ships free if you live in the United States. And our body clutter supplements are flying. Grab them. Grab them now. Grab all 4 of them and you get 10% off. Okay? There are no other discounts applied, but you can get free shipping as long as you have your Proactive Probiotic in the cart. That's what I have for you guys. And you know what? 4 o'clock, I will be cooking downstairs. I'd love you to join me. I'm going to show you how to do something great in a skillet. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to go find something to thaw, and I'm going to figure out something amazing. And something that's going to be sprint worthy as well. Peace, guys. I appreciate you. Share this video. Let's bring some people into our community. Bye.